No nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman and today, my friends, we have a little surprise for you on the show. Well, it's not really a surprise, I suppose, because I suppose they're all a surprise to you because you don't know what's coming. But this one was a surprise to me is what I'm trying to say, because my good friend Nico from, who you may know as Dr. Sir Gin, who is another YouTuber, talks all about gin. He's from Argentina. He visited me here in the UK and he furnished me with a few Argentinian gins. And he started off, we're starting off with this little fellow, which goes by the name of Aconcagua, handcrafted gin. And I think I'm right in saying, this is the very first Argentine gin. I don't think we've had any others. The very first Argentine gin. Argentine or Argentinian? I'm not sure which it should be. I'll probably offend someone whichever way I go. So I'll go for Argentine, Argentinian. I like the word Argentinian. It sounds nicer. My first Argentinian gin on the show. So thank you very much to my friend Nico for bringing this over all the way from Argentina. And if you haven't seen his channel already, head over there. It's Dr. Sir Gin. So DR and then SERGIN. And he's got all the Argentinian gins, so if you're from Argentina, it'll have all the stuff you need to know, and he's a bloody nice bloke as well. Right then, pleasantries aside, let's crack on, find out a bit about it on the old website, shall we? And I'm sorry to disappoint you, those who are expecting an Argentinian accent or a Portuguese accent. I can't do Spanish or Portuguese, I'm afraid, but to be honest, it's probably for the best because I'd probably end up offending someone if I did, so I'm just going to do it in my normal accent today. A handmade gin in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Our essence is extracted from 7 botanicals, namely juniper berries, coriander seeds, angelica root, licorice root, almond, cassia, and lemon peel. Thanks to the meticulous process of maceration and distillation in a copper pot still. Wow, my friends, that sounds bloody good to me. Oh yes, did it on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hammer on the desk, I think. Now, I feel I've let you all down a little bit, to be honest, because I do like to do the accents where the gin is from. As I say, I can't do Portuguese or Argentinian, so I'm going to have a go. I've taken a picture of the back of the bottle. I'm going to have a go at just reading it in, I'm not sure what you say, Argentinian or Portuguese, but whatever the language is, I'm going to attempt to read it just for my own sense of satisfaction. Capratida limitadajas fu credo a base de la infusion, I know that one, de bias de enebro, cascara de limon, I'm pretty sure that's lemon, gemiles de coriandro, I wonder what that one could be. Bibicon, Meduracion, La Venta, a Menors de 18 Anos. Okay, I think that's quite enough of that. Let's crack on and get the old top open, shall we? So then, let's battle with the old seal on the top. Now, this sounds like, from those botanicals to me, you can tell I'm padding while I get this difficult thing off. This sounds like it's sort of all the ingredients of a classic sort of not weird and wonderful, but a very good gin. Particularly particularly with the addition of cinnamon, which I've just realised, I looked on the website, it said that cinnamon is in it, but even though they didn't list it in that little list I read to you just then. But, well, now you know. And as we know on this channel, I love a bit of cinnamon. But let's get onto that when we do the tasting. Here we go, my friends, the first ever Argentine or Argentinian cork test. The Argentine or Argentinian cork test. So here we go. Do we have a squeak? No squeak at all. Very, very silent. First Argentinian big pull. Here we go. Oh my God, it's a bit stiff. Hang on. Ooh, not too bad. I thought it might have been a little bit more resonant, being so tight. However, it was slightly more muted than I expected. But we don't care on this show, do we? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Don't worry yourself. Don't be concerned, because we all know it's just a bit of fun. Now then, I'm going to sniff this gin as usual, but I must tell you now, if you could see aroma, it would be engulfing me in a very pleasant fog, because I can smell it already. I tell you what, it smells bloody awesome. Let me just get the old snitcher. That's a word, that's a British word for a nose. Not used that often these days. In fact, it might have only been the small village where I grew up. But who cares? I'm gonna try and bring it back. I'll put the snitcher in. Here we go. Holy shit! Ow! wow, 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 gin lovers, my good God, I was right with that preliminary smell that I was treated to from the bottle before I got the snitcher in there. Ooh, there's something wet on the table. This is the trouble you see when you operate in a studio with a compromised roof. I've had a terrible leak again. We've had thunderstorms today and it's covered in stuff, the kind of water you wouldn't want in your mouth, but that's the kind of risk I take for this show. Anyway, what was I telling you about this smell? This smells absolutely incredible. This is, we're shaping up for a good one today, my friends. It's kind of, how can I describe it? Beautifully balanced, all those core flavors working perfectly. It sounds like a stupid thing to say, just smells like a really good core gin. Plenty of citrus, plenty heavy on the juniper, but with a kind of almost a woody essence, sort of a floating round in there as well, which again, I'm guessing it's going to be the cinnamon. If I ever make my own gin, which I keep threatening to, I'm definitely putting a bit of cinnamon in there. But that, my friends, smells like an excellent gin. So then, I'm very excited about this. Let's make a gin und tonic, as they say in Germany, which is kind of irrelevant because it's not from Germany, it's from Argentina. It's 43% ABV. Let me just check I was right with that. I can't see it on the back, so I won't be able to check there. Check on the front, 43% ABV, that's right. Here we go, my friends. First of all, and of course, as I always do at this point in the show, thank you to all my patrons and my YouTube members who are literally paying for the gin on the show. And of course, in this case, thank you very much to my friend Nico, Dr. Surgeon, for providing the gin all on his own. God bless you, Nico. So here we go. This is, I can never remember how to pronounce it, Aconcagua gin, all the way from Argentina, I say. Cheers! Oh. Oh! You have to forgive me there, I got a little bit carried away, but good Lord above. Apologies if you're religious at all and you're offended at that, but sometimes I like to invoke the name of the Almighty when just to convey how good something is, because that has literally everything you could want in a gin. Oh man, it starts off beautifully sort of lively and sort of citrusy on the tongue, which is what you kind of want. A real sort of concentration of lemon, but kind of sort of backed up with it's pretty heavy on the juniper, which, as I always say, it's got to be, if it's gin, that's got to be a good thing, because a lot of gins move away from juniper these days. This is moving way back. It's literally got the reversing lights on and it's smashed straight into the juniper truck behind, and it is just overflowing with junipery goodness, which kind of manifests itself in a sort of a thick headiness in gin, and almost a headiness and a heaviness, I think. It's sort of a thick wallowing flavour. It's like you can almost see it kind of just sort of wallowing in the glass like that. And as I say, very, very well balanced with all the cassia bark and the coriander. They're just kind of almost kind of humming in a beautiful harmony, which I usually use this sort of metaphor of a harmony, but it's so right. It's just like they're all aligned. It's, oh my God, it's wonderful. Which, to be honest, even all that on its own would have been great, but it's backed up with kind of a sort of a after flavour, an aftertaste. As I say, a kind of a sort of a musky, dry woodiness, but not too, well, it is quite heavy, but to be honest, it's just the right amount of heavy, and I would assume that is from the cinnamon, and it really, really offsets all those citrusy and junipery flavours absolutely beautifully. Say they're at one end of the seesaw. This is, and it would perhaps tilt it that way. This cinnamon has kind of, it's kind of offset it beautifully and sort of made the balancing just absolutely perfect. It's a masterpiece. So then, let's try it Nietzsche. By the way, can we just have a look at that bottle as well? What a thing of beauty that is. It reminds me, wow, funnily enough, it's very similar to the Highclere Castle bottle. I haven't got it's going to go up here in one of my favourites, but I haven't finished the bottle yet, but as soon as it does, yeah, which is ironic because both absolutely amazing gins. Also, by the way, I haven't actually explained that Aconcagua is actually the highest mountain in the Americas, so just in case you're interested, there you go. It's education as well as nonsense. So then, let's try it neat, shall we? In my rather medium to low quality, no nonsense gin drinking mug, which I don't know if you realise you could also be a very proud owner of if you just click the button below this video. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much more improved your life would be if you could drink gin or indeed anything out of a receptacle such as this? Always the salesman. Anyway, here we go. Let's try it neat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll come as no surprise to you. To me, the flavours seem kind of muted. And a lot of people say to me, why are you mixing it with tonic? You should be trying it neat. Well, yeah, maybe. But as I've said before, there is a reason people put tonic in the gin. It's because it does release those flavours. And to me, those flavours are really much better appreciated in the tonic. A little bit kind of more woody, I'd say, now as I'm speaking, in the aftertaste there. But again, most 100% a gin and tonic gin, this one. So then, my friends, we come onto the thorny issue of price. And this is actually very, very interesting because if you look, I looked on the website and it's in pesos because it's from Argentina, and it says it's 1,990 pesos, which to me sounded like quite a lot. I thought if it was £1,990, that would be expensive gin. However, I did the conversion, and I don't know if I messed this up or something, but it's coming up as £12. 12 English pounds, which is about 16 US dollars and 14 and a half euros. So good Lord above. That is I don't know if this is the usual price for gins in Argentina, but if it is, then I need to move to Argentina. So guys, to sum up today, I really wasn't sure what I was going to experience. You know, I've never had Argentine or Argentinian gins before, and I thought to myself, what, you know, Nico kindly bought them for me. What if they're horrible? What if they're completely different to gin as I know it? It's going to be really embarrassing. But wow, my fears were definitely what's the right word? Not to be trusted. Because not only is it an okay gin and passable, it is a truly exceptional gin. And that, I'd say that's one of the best certainly I've tried this year, possibly even ever. And it's going to be very, very interesting watching my top 10 gins of the year towards the end of this year. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video today, found it useful, informative. It was something a little bit different today because I like to provide a bit of variety. Otherwise, you know, well, it'll all be the same. And of course, if you appreciate the variety in this show, then please show that appreciation by clicking on the like button on this video, subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, or if you appreciate it to an even higher degree, consider going over to my Patreon page, becoming one of my patrons, or indeed pressing the join button below this video to become a YouTube member, or pressing the little heart icon down there, and you can give me a super like, which throws me a very small amount of money, which I will be eternally grateful for. But until next time, guys, you all know the drill. Thank you to all my patrons and members, and keep drinking the gin.